Well, I think analytics products can be kind of difficult to wrap your head around. They can be a bit threatening, I think, unless you are a product analytics expert. And if you're a company that doesn't have a PhD in product analytics and it's not your main job, being able to actually see a product quickly and easily, I think actually gives you reinsurance, gives you confidence. You can look and see, oh, does this look like something I could use? And it just allows you to I think, move a little bit quicker in your trial and purchasing process.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Marketplace Growth by Accoil. Today we are going to talk about launching a live demo for your product. Whether or not you think it's worth it, we hope by the end of this we'll convince you that it is. And with that, I'm Peter.
Hello everybody, I'm Kate.
Okay, so Kate, we are launching a live and free demo of Accoil Analytics. And yep, this video in part is to promote that, so go check it out. If you haven't already, you can sign up for free. But we wanted to sort of talk through the rationale for doing that, why we think it's a good idea, why we're placing this bet, and why we think it's a good idea for other B2B SaaS companies to do the same thing. Is there anything else we should touch on before we get rolling?
I think we're good. Good. Let's keep rolling, and if we've got something, let's add it then.
So the way that we've thought about the live demo, Kate, we've got a bit of a history with this, and we'll touch on that in a minute. But the reasons that we decided to launch a live demo and let people get into the product itself and actually see it full on, because there are benefits to both our users and to us as a company. And I think that's really important to remember. We'll be transparent about that it is self-serving a little bit. But the first thing that we wanted to make sure it is available to our customers is that they have immediate access to our product. There's really no delay in getting in and sort of getting a feel for how the product works. Why is that important for us as an analytics company, and then at large for, say, B2B SaaS companies?
Well, I think analytics products can be kind of difficult to wrap your head around. They can be a bit threatening, I think, unless you are a product analytics expert. And if you're a company that doesn't have a PhD in product analytics and it's not your main job, being able to actually see a product quickly and easily, I think actually gives you reinsurance, gives you confidence. You can look and see, oh, does this look like something I could use? And it just allows you to I think, move a little bit quicker in your trial and purchasing process. I do have to admit, Pete, I do find it rather frustrating when I get a website or something. I go, oh, this looks interesting. And you watch the intro video and you go, oh, that does look interesting. And then you go, I have to talk to someone or I have to do something that sounds quite difficult. And then there's a time delay. So for me, it's probably about speed, ease, peace of mind. How's that sound, Pete?
I think that sounds good. As you know, a few of us at Accoil like to dabble in new tools. So
oh my God, do you? Oh, yes.
Yes, I knew there'd be some eye rolls on that one. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. A few of us like to play with new products and apps. And we even have a Slack channel for just that I'm pretty sure everyone else ignores. But Simon and I are in there and we're pretty active. But one of the things that I think Simon would agree with me on is that if we're trying to solve a problem or if we're trying to build a workflow for our company and we're looking at tools, we want to make sure that we get it quickly and understand how it can apply in our situation as quickly as possible. And I don't know about you, Kate, but whenever there's an onboarding flow or a pop-up or anything like that, I tend to hit the X immediately. And then if I get stuck later, I'll go back and actually watch something. So that's...
Me too.
Yeah. The other... So I guess reason number, maybe it's 1.2 or reason 2 for publishing this is that it kind of gets users around that onboarding and into the product. So we said immediate access, but it also, I think the other side of that coin is that you can avoid long videos, walkthroughs, all that sort of stuff, which I think have their place. But if you're like me and you just want to get your hands dirty, this is a great way to do it.
Yeah. And you get to find your value. So, later on we'll talk, not in today's video, but activation, product activation. It gives you a really good sense of where, you start to get real ideas about how well people are moving through your product. They usually will give you quite a bit of feedback, I find, with demos, particularly if you make it easy to just, bang something in. I tend to find people a bit more open to giving you a bit of feedback if you've made it easy for them.
Yeah. I do want to cover too, we're not just sort of running this experiment on a whim. This is actually something that we did back in the Think Tilt and Proforma days. And I think just to give a bit of context to why we're doing this, could you take us back to pre-Proforma before the live demo? And then maybe we'll talk about Proforma after the live form builder demo. So what was the struggle and what was the live demo built to solve?
So for our audience, we had a form builder where you could build forms, fill out the information, and it operated on the top of Jira. Like, so for example, Jira Service Management, you would publish forms into a Jira Service Management, help portal. So, people would go, oh, yeah, but we can just create a custom field, a Jira field, and, that's fine. That's all we need. And so you could say it and you could say, watch the videos, you could do it. But when you had a demo and you actually showed, and we showed complicated and those more common use cases being solved around data collection in a much easier way, made a world of difference. Trials increased, support queries were more constructive in terms of what came into us. People often commented and said, because we linked support with good quickly. So if a person was demoing and trying something, it gave them the chance to actually get feedback very quickly. And that also got a big tick, because people said, oh, look, we just want to spend time on this. We've got 2 hours today and we just want to get all the way along so we can make a decision whether we think this is right for us.
Yeah.
So it really did help speed up the purchase. Was that a bit long-winded then, Pete?
No,
sure.
I think that's helpful. What I take away from that is, so the trials go up. Something that we've talked about a lot on our channel here is support is sales. So if you get more support inquiries and, as you said, like more constructive support inquiries, which I think by constructive, if I'm reading this right, they're asking questions about the product, not saying problems. It's how do I use this in my job, in my work.
So that basically they get to that point of value and that aha moment. They go, oh God, actually this solves what I need. And then they go away more confidently and they make the case internally. So that happened a lot. And I think the other thing about demos is you could actually say to people when you were talking to people. So when I was on the floor at conferences, I'd go, why don't you just have a look at the demo? Really easy, no fuss, no obligation. You don't have to talk to us. You actually have to have no pressure. Just go and have a look at the demo and see what I'm talking about. And that actually was also quite powerful, because people could go, oh, I don't actually have to have that friction of someone, contacting me every 5 minutes saying, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, the way we set it up, we didn't do a lot of that.
I suppose you could, but...
Yeah, you could. Yeah. But that's a separate conversation.
So with the Accoil demo now, we've got that running with a whole lot of data. It's dummy data, so it's nothing that's, no secrets being revealed there. But what I liken that to, so for us in Accoil, being an analytics product, the data is what makes the product come alive. With the form builder, it was templates and the builder itself, so you could show people the product sort of in its, I don't know, like a full state or something like that. I don't know if that's the right way of putting it.
Yeah, complete state, I don't know. Yep, state. That'll do.
So I think that's just an important note, is that making an empty product available isn't any better than, say, like requiring a sales call.
Make sure it's absolutely. Make sure it's populated, people. Don't put an empty product. So you're just moving people along the process, the activation process faster. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think really, and the point that we're trying to make here is that it's worth it. And for us, it was definitely an investment, from the engineering side, from the product side, to get a live demo up and running. We definitely had to make some improvements to the product, which was a great forcing function, but also, you've got to stand up this other product. You got to get the data in, but well worth it. And as you mentioned before, Kate, trials go up, sales go up in our experience. And so that's the bet that we're making with this now.
I've got one last one I want to, and then, so we don't want to waffle on too much about this. One last one that I noticed too is you get rid of your tire kickers a bit easier. The tire kickers are in the demo. So when they actually start a trial or talk to you on support, I think that's a really good thing, because, we're always going on about your ideal customer, talking to your ideal customer and trying to get them up the engagement scale. So this actually helps you to hopefully clean out a bit of the the chaff, whatever we say. Yeah. So I think that's actually an important one too, Pete.
Yeah, I agree. And I think something that you and I were talking about before was how product-led growth, how we're big proponents of that, and how having that demo out there helps fit into that play there, where you're letting the product speak for itself. And I think it really underpins what you just said there. The tire kickers can come in, they can kick the tires, but then hopefully, they're not going to waste your time. They'll either see that it works or doesn't for them and then proceed, or move on to something else, and it saves you a lot of time as well.
Yep.
Cool. Well, that's our sales pitch for building a live demo for your product. We're making that bet. Hope that you do too. Some of the things that we talked about here: immediate access. You get around that onboarding as a new user. For us and for you as the builder of the product, you get to see what people are doing in your product. You get to showcase that value really quickly, get rid of those tire kickers, and have a lot more meaningful conversations with people who have experience with your product. All right, Kate, anything else or anything to take us out on?
Well, go and have a look at our demo product, and feel free to sign up.
So if you head over to accoil.com, look in the top right, you'll see a link to the live demo there. You can head over, sign up, and have a crack at it. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Take care, people.
Got to do your more sales to you. I can't end the video.
Oh, and of course, thanks, Pete. And of course, more sales to you all, everybody.